Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing great. Welcome back to our channel. So today we have you with one more interview experience. So today I'll be sharing you the interview experience of Mindtree. So in this video I'll be sharing you the interview process that I have encountered and the interview questions that I have encountered in the rounds. So coming to the interview process, there were four rounds. Like firstly there was one HackerRank test, and upon clearing the HackerRank test, there was a technical round. Even though this was for a I was told that this was for a Java backend developer round, but it was a full stack developer. There were questions for Angular as well here. Then there was a manager round, and finally the HR round. So the role for which I have applied was Java backend developer, but as the interviewer saw that I have even hands-on experience on Angular, so asked me a few questions on the Angular as well. Then location was Hyderabad, experience 6 place. Interview type was virtual to Google Meets. The interview happened, and interview day was a weekday. Naukri helped me in getting the job here. Like if you are having the right profile at Naukri, there are a lot of chances that you get a lot of calls each day when you are searching for job. So firstly the HackerRank question here. Apart from that, like it was 25 MCQs, multiple choice questions, and one coding question was this. So if you see, like the input is, if you see, it is an array and in integer number and one string. So the string will be in that array only. So if you see, the array has apple, ball, cat, dog, comma 2 comma dog. So one method will take this input and the output should be 1. Why 1? So apple is at the 0th position, ball is at 1 position, cat is at 2, dog is at 3rd position. So 2 means from the 2, like from the cat I have to traverse left, and I have at the same time I have to traverse right and find out where the dog is, like where the string dog is present in that array. So what is the shortest distance? If I travel to the left, whether that is the shortest distance, or if I travel to the right, that is the shortest distance. So I have to find out that, and I have to reply back, like I have to come out with the output, like output is the shortest distance. Here we have to traverse it in a circular way. So if I am if example in the next input, I have to explain it in a clearer way. I have taken this A B B C C D D E E 1 E. So at the one position B is present. So from one position, and I have to find the E. So firstly I will traverse left A, even then circularly. So that means the last element E. So two times if I travel, I will get that output. In the similar way, if at all from B I traverse right, like C D on the third position I will find. So sec 2 is lesser than 3, so 2 is the answer here. So here the logic is how we traverse a list in circular way. That is the main concept here. So if you are not good at that thing, prepare well, I would say, because it took a lot of time for me, to be honest. Like out of 60 minutes, 40 minutes or close to 40 minutes, only this question took for me to get the answer. And there were, as earlier said, there were MCQs as well. MCQs there were mostly from Java 8, and few were from REST. So that's about the HackerRank question, like or HackerRank online test. And coming to like upon clearing this HackerRank, I was having a virtual technical round. So here are the questions. So first question, he was looking at my coding skills. Like uh, he has pinged me this in the chat window, like hello Ravi, hello, how are you Ravi, and one more input k equal to 4. So basically a string and a number comes here. So output should be hello, how are you. Like as there are, the number is 4 strings out of the 5 strings, I have to print only the 4 strings here. So this was a very simple questions. I was able to do this, and within short amount of period we can do this just with one for loop, and size of the for loop should be k, and using splitter we can do this. Then the input is like this 243, some random number he gave, and he said like there are 3 threads acting upon the input. First thread will print even number, second thread will print 0, third thread will print the odd number. So the even number, odd number should be from that input. So the output should be 2 0. 2, that will be printed by the first thread, which prints the even number. As 2 is even, 2 got printed, then 0 will get printed, and the third thread will print the first odd number 3 here. Similarly, now again this pattern should report. Now the even number is 4, so 4 got printed, and 0 by default, and 1, as 1 is next odd number. So in that way I have to print the output. So I have used this thing, no, like we can do it easily, like with the 3 days sleeve, like wait and with the wait and notify methods we can do this. So I have explained him in the same way, like he actually asked me the basic question, like not entire logic, but what was my approach towards it. So I was able to give that. And next question was again the continuation of the first question. See here again, the hello how are you Ravi. So the output should be the same, hello how are you Ravi, but the duplicate element should be, the duplicate character should be removed. Like from the HELLO, double L is there, L only, so L have to be removed. From Ravi, RAAVI was given, so second A was removed here. So this was about the question. Even this was a bit tricky, but simple I would say. Then there was a question on the approach on how to read an Excel sheet. So there are 2 Excels here. The first Excel, there are 3 columns rows, and the same in the second, like three rows are there, 3 columns are there. So the like it's like the 2 Excels are related to each other, and how means the third column of first Excel and the first column of the second Excel are same, like primary foreign key relationship is there, like both will be present. So he was asking me how would I read the data into a single object here, like both are, there is a common thing, like how you would read the data. So using DTOs we can read this, and I have explained in the same way. Using like DTOs we can achieve this functionality here. Then there was a question like in a thread pool executor there are 10 threads and each will return some value. How do you make sure that all the threads have returned or got processed? So basically we can do this using fork and join. If you have a good idea or if you have good hands-on experience on threads, only then you can answer this. We can achieve this functionality using fork and join in Java. In Java also there is one feature, completable interface, I believe. Using that as well we can do. Next question was explain about Hystrix circuit breaker. So a lot of questions were asked on this thing, like microservices, what is discovery service, and all those things. So if you are good at microservices, it is very easy. It was easy for me to explain what is Hystrix circuit breaker and what it does, as I was having hands-on experience on this. What are idempotent methods? So basically this was this came up when we were discussing about the REST architecture. So basically nothing, idempotent methods are nothing but no matter how many times we call, the same output will be written. So it's much about that only. Then explain the difference between post and patch. So when do you use post, when do you use patch? And I have explained him like patch is basically to update. Then he asked me when do we use put, then what was the difference between put and patch, in which scenario you would go with put and in which scenario you will go with patch. Then there were questions on design patterns that I have used in my application, and then there was a deep dive into it, like what all design patterns Spring Boot internally using, and what all design patterns that I have used and why I have used that specific design pattern at that position, what benefit I got by using that design pattern in that location. So there was a big discussion on this. So be prepared on the design pattern that you are using in your applications here. Then there was a question like list of employee, group them by employee name. So basically list should be converted into map. Yeah, list was asked to convert into the map. So using grouping by function in Java 8 we can easily attain this functionality. If you don't know, please you can search like grouping by in Java 8, you can get it. Different way to remove an element from a list. There was again a big discussion here, like how in what all ways we can remove an element specific element from an array. So basically we can remove using iterators, using for loop, but at for loop we will get exception. What is that exception, how you will solve that exception? Using enumerators we can iterate, and using remove if there is one condition, there is one method of remove in Java 8, remove if I believe. So using that as well we can remove an element from a list. Explained about Kafka consumer and producer configuration. So as it was present in my resume, so I don't think the interviewer was having much idea about this, because I missed few mandatory things related to the configuration, but he didn't say anything. I just I just said him what all I remembered at that moment. Then there was a question on, if we annotate our service class with the repository, what will happen, and vice versa, like annotating service class with the repository. So basically nothing will happen. You can annotate anything with anything, but as per the standard protocol we should always use at the service at the service class, and at the repository adds one functionality, like it converts the checked exception, it converts the runtime exceptions into the checked exceptions. That is the only benefit that we get using at the repository. Then there was an SQL question, like find the third highest salary from a table. So basically always be prepared for this question, if because there are hardly bunch of questions that you will encounter in SQL, either using self join, either using inner join, or this is the one more question, like how do you find the nth salary or third salary, first salary, using dense rank function. It is very easy to find it out. So I have used the dense rank here. Then write an query to remove duplicates from table without using temporary table. So to be honest, I was not able to write perfect query here. Using temporary table I know how to remove the duplicates, but without using that I couldn't give the perfect solution to that answer, like I couldn't give the perfect solution. Then in how many ways we can transfer data. So basically this was related to Angular, as I have hands-on experience in Angular. He just asked me, even though it was for Java backend developer role, he just asked me like how do we transfer data between components. So there are different ways, using at the rate input, at the rate output, at the rate view child, and event emitters. We can pass the data. What is promise and create a promise. So he just asked me to write the code to create a promise. So I have written the code. Then write a custom directive like ng model. So I know how to create a directive, but exactly I couldn't give a solution at that moment. I don't know why, but I couldn't give the solution, like ng model directive, the custom ng model directive I have to create, but I couldn't create. So these were the questions that were asked to me. So coming to the feedback, yeah, very good interview, like everyone was very cool, like even the manager, HR, and the technical folk who took the interview. So it was like, I would say, like good interview. Like interview conducted month was April only, 2021. So this was about the interview at Mindtree. Hope you people liked it. If you haven't subscribed us, please do subscribe, like, share, so that this might help someone who's looking out for similar kind of videos, and provide the feedback in the comment section if you have liked this video or not. So that's about this in video. And coming to like who are we, if you're on our channel for the first time, you can visit our channel, and if you're watching our video for the first time, you can visit our channel, and you can see like we have already shared so many interview experiences on our channel. If you haven't subscribed us, please do subscribe and share. And if you want to know like who are we are basically a bunch of software engineers who attend interviews and share our real-time interview experiences through these videos. Apart from that, we also share our subscriber friends who share their interview experiences with us, and we share out that on our channel. So that's about it, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.